Yo, what's going on, guys? It is your boy, the Baby Beast, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. Today, we are going to be going over the new Desert Perpetual raids weapons and its god rolls. Now, before we get this started, I would like to say that I'm going to start doing carries every Sunday after I finish my video. So the time may vary, but if you want to join those carries, just join in my Discord channel, which this link is in the bio, and subscribe. And when you see me go live, just comment that you need some help, and I will definitely help you. But let's start off this video with the origin trait, which is called Frame of Reference. Final blows with this weapon temporarily grants increased damage, reloading speed, and range. This effect is frozen in time while it is stowed. So when you get 5 kills, because it starts with the 5 times, the damage goes up. So for 1 kill, it goes up by 1.45, and then for 2 kills, it's 2.8, 3 kills is 4.2, 4 kills is 5.7, and 5 kills, it is 7% damage on top of, most of these weapons do have damage perks, so that is on top of the damage perks. And this lasts for 8 seconds, and like it says, when you switch to another weapon, that frame of reference gets stowed. So it's basically like Rampage on steroids. Even though it's only 7%, you can still use that 7% and then swap it out to a different weapon, get someone low, then swap back, and then refresh that buff, right? But our first weapon of today is going to be the one that's Inferium. It is the sniper. Now, I will say the loot pools are still like being figured out. So a lot of the ways to farm out these weapons haven't been figured out, but I will say I'm going to be helping people do the final boss for this raid, and that is probably the best way to farm all of these weapons because it drops everything. But this sniper is a rapid fire coming in with 40 zoom. It's really built for PvE, but there is one PvP role, so I'm going to go ahead and go through that now. It is snapshot and closing time. Closing time in Crucible, of course, is going to give you that range handling, and it will draw out your weapon faster. And snapshot giving you that ADS speed. I did try to maximize it out for a mixture of handling, range, and stability, but it doesn't really get that much stability. At least if you're going for accurized rounds, you could go for steady rounds without drop the range a little bit. But it does have a couple of really good PvE options, starting off with redirection in the 4th column. If you guys don't know what redirection does, it gives you a 33% damage buff after you get kills. After you kill miners, when you shoot a major, that shot will do 33% more damage, or majors and higher. So if you kill some ads with this sniper, you're going to get 33% damage buff. So that's a really good damage for a sniper. That's also, I believe, the strongest besides elemental honing. Elemental honing is going to be good, but that's a lot of hoops. But redirection is going to be the 2nd strongest on this list. I really would go for killing tally, because I mean, if you could go reruns killing tally, but that's a little, I mean, it's only giving you a 30% damage buff, and at that point, just go rerun rounds and bait and switch. But I have my redirection with 4 times the charm, because I'm going to be killing ads, and then I'm going to reload, get my redirection up, and then shoot the boss. That's how I see me using this role. But if I didn't want to go for redirection, I would definitely go for either bait and switch or elemental honing with rerun rounds. I think that would be really good for DPS on the boss. I really want to go for killing tally. We also have a hatchling and tear roll. Could see that working out for ad clear or even Crucible. If you get a headshot, you spawn a hatchling, and then if they try to get that res, tears like right around them, so it's doing extra damage because they become severed. So that could also really work in Crucible. I would avoid lead from gold and built to blast. I don't think built to blast is a really good perk. I think well, I haven't seen it in, just based off of the description, I don't think it's that much of a really good perk. And deconstruction could work, but we need more bosses that are considered as constructs. For our next weapon, we are going to be looking at the when and where. This is a Stasis rocket launcher, and it comes with a couple of interesting perks. A lot of perks I thought would be outdated, but this rocket launcher could be good for something. My main god roll would be reconstruction and elemental honing. This does also come with beta switch and explosive light. I think those all could be swapped out, either or. But there is the funny reconstruction bipod roll that loads up 4 rockets, but of course that drops your damage down. Could also do overload with the bipod, but this isn't, that has its visions, so could also work, but I don't see it working. But there is a new perk called Reaper's Tithe, which states that multiple simultaneous final blows queues up a stacking damage buff. Timer starts on the next weapon's fire. Final blows will extend this timer. So this rocket launcher is kind of a ad clear rocket launcher, and with Reaping Tide and the Origin Trade, I would probably stack this up with Demolitionist so I could get my grenades back quicker. And if I didn't want to use Demolitionist, I would probably use Fill Prep so I could reload faster, or even Impulse Amplifier. I would definitely avoid Clown Cartridge. I don't see Clown Cartridge being that good, but it still can be used. But I think either Demolitionist and Reconstruction would be better for doing overall damage and just the type of vibe this weapon is going for. There is Surrounded on this rocket launcher, and I wouldn't use Surrounded on a rocket launcher at all. If there's any enemies close to me, I'm probably going to be trying to kill them before I shoot a shot to my rocket launcher. That's going to probably kill me. But there is also a chill clip on here, so I guess you could go for the classic chill clip bait and switch for the extra damage. But I mean, it could be useful, but you still have to reload the rocket, and that's going to be a drag. But yeah, this rocket could be cool. I definitely have to see what Reaping Tithe does. So I think I have a roll. When I get like the perfect build for this rocket launcher, I will make a separate video on it. But our next weapon is going to be called the Anti-Date, which is the submachine gun I have been using a lot in PvE during the final boss. So the main role that I feel like if I didn't say people would get upset at me is Jolting Feedback in the 4th column and Rolling Storm in the 3rd column. Now me personally, I do not like Rolling Storm as much, but a lot of people really want this role. I personally don't. If I was going for the perfect PvE role, I'm probably going for Dragonfly or Jolting Feedback or anything else with Dragonfly, because Dragonfly will increase the damage with all these other perks. Even Desperate Measures, Master of Arms, Paracausal Infinity, Frenzy, damage, Dragonfly will help me get those buffs back, right? But when I'm using this weapon in PvE, when I'm doing the raid, I use it with rerun rounds and Frenzy. Now the reason why I do that is because Titans can get their super back incredibly fast with Peacekeepers, even faster than Outbreak Perfected right now. So the regular Outbreak Perfected Titan could get probably 3 supers back to back. A good submachine gun Titan with Peacekeepers could get 6 supers. So that's what I use on this gun. I'm usually doing the stunning mechanic of the boss, and like I said, if you guys want me to help you with that final boss, I can teach you it. Any part that you want to do, even if you don't even want to talk, I can just teach you through it. But this submachine gun is really good for damage and getting your super back quickly. So I would say if you're looking for a gun and you don't want to use Outbreak anymore because you've been using it since the start of the season, this is a really good gun to go for. And for PvP, I would go for Zen Moment Target Lock. Target Lock does drop down that TTK. It's not by a lot, but it still does. Or Master of Arms. Master of Arms can also help you get that TDK down if you get a kill with either one of your weapons. Paracausal Affinity also gets down that TTK, and if you stay alive long enough, Frenzy will also help you get down that TTK, also giving you handling and reload speed. This gun is really good. It is a laser beam and crucible, and I would definitely recommend picking this up. So our next weapon is going to be the Hourglass. This is the new crossbow that I have not got to drop yet, but I do know a lot about it. So this is a brand new archetype. It is a crossbow, and when you shoot it, you can actually grab your arrows back on your Walking Dead stuff, bro. So we have Bolt Scavenger, which states that recovering a bolt increases reload speed and handling, which I personally think is going to be a very key role, a part of this weapon, and I put it with Vorpal. And the reason why I put it with Vorpal is because in PvE, this is currently bugged unless they fixed it. To my knowledge, they did not fix this. But I believe it is doing a total of 44 damage. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've seen a video on it, but Vorpal with this bow is bugged. So my thing is, I think this is going to be a ad clear / champion destroyer, or like big chunky target destroyer. So I want as much damage as I possibly can get my bow back, reload it mad quick, right? If this does not work, I see Firefly and I also see Dragonfly. Big boomies make me happy. Yes, and more yes. And if not Dragonfly, I'd probably go for Frenzy or even Elemental Honing. Since this is an arc weapon, Firefly is going to give me the solar, and then I just need to get Void, Stasis, and so on Strand, right? Void, Stasis, Strand, and yeah, that's it. So I think that could also work really well. Frenzy if you don't want to go through all those hoops, and even Binary Orbit, because this is a heavy weapon, so you can possibly get Binary Orbit easily, right? Master of Arms and Crucible should also be well. This also comes with Rolling Storm, and yes, this bow can be used at Crucible. It only loads with one shot, but you can pick up the bullets off of your dead enemies, so really cool with that. Master of Arms and probably Bolt Scavenger is going to work really well in Crucible. I cannot wait to get this bow. I'm actually going to be farming it on the day of recording. But there's a lot of things going on. If you want more ammo, Field Prep could also help. Field Prep and Fireline could also help. This bow has a lot of different synergies that can work. I don't really see a lot of things going wrong with this because you basically have infinite ammo. I will make my own separate video when I get my hands on this weapon and I get to use it a little bit more. Right now, I do not have it and I have never used it. So this is basically speculation, but I think those rolls will be really good on this. For our next weapon, we have the Stasis Auto Rifle Intercalary, and this comes with a couple of different perks. Now, I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but 600 auto rifles in Crucible have been going pretty crazy, at least on my enemy's team, because I have been constantly dying by Kvasov and random auto rifles in general. But unfortunately, this auto rifle doesn't look like it is doing a lot. Right, so I am a Titan main. I'm going to start with the Crucible rolls. I am a Titan main and I use Crucible Alpha Loopy a lot. What I can say about this auto rifle is that it is stable. It is a very stable auto rifle. So me personally, if I was playing Crucible, I would go with Strategist, either Binary Orbit or Onslaught. Now, Onslaught does drop the time to kill down to a 0.67. Master of Arms does drop the time to kill down to a 0.70, and Desperate Measures drops the time to kill down to 0.70. So Onslaught is probably the best perk to rock if you want to drop the time to kill down. It also gives you that reload speed. I personally like Onslaught on my 600 rounds per minute because it feels nice. You get that extra reload speed, and the more kills you get, the faster your reload speed gets, and it feels really good. So that's my PvP roll. I wouldn't touch Target Lock. Target Lock doesn't do anything, but you get to land a body shot, which isn't a lot in PvP, and it doesn't do a lot in PvE either. So just avoid Target Lock, right? For PvE, your main god roll is going to be Headstone and Ripe Cellar. You guys should already know what that does. Really good combination. If you want a really fun PvE roll, you can go with Subsistence and Subsistence and Onslaught, sorry. Or you could go for One for All with Subsistence. That could also be really well. And even Desperate Measures, Master of Arms, if you get that and you can't get another perk. I wouldn't go for Binary Orbit in PvE. This would be your primary weapon. So Binary Orbit doesn't. I feel like Binary Orbit is more of a PvP perk, but you also have Master of Arms for PvP. So, you could also go for Demolitionist and Onslaught. I feel like Onslaught should be your like main weapon for main perk for this weapon, right? Besides that, the auto rifle is really good. It's basically a laser beam. And for our last weapon, we have the Finite Maybe, which is an aggressive frame fusion rifle. So this is a very disappointing fusion rifle. Your main thing is this is going to be killing all your ads for you. So I would go for a Discord incandescent roll. So I mean, we should know what Discord does. Discord, when you get a final blade with your other weapon, you switch to this one. It basically has infinite ammo as long as you're getting kills. Incandescent, kabloomies, boom boom booms, cool, right? If you don't want to use Discord for some other reason, you could go for Burning Ambition, which inflicts scorch to targets, and when a target is scorched, it inflicts more scorch, right? So incandescent is going to pass around scorch. You're going to shoot them with this weapon and it's going to pass around more scorch. Doesn't get a lot of like kabloomies, but kabloomies is kabloomies, and I like kabloomies, and I know you like kabloomies. So big booms everywhere, right? We also have reconstruction and reservoir burst for another roll. Once again, this is an aggressive frame. It shoots horizontally like a Mastiff. I know you played Apex, so not really that cool. We also have a heal clip, but that's not going to help you because, I mean, not going to be that good. I wouldn't use this in PvP, and I definitely wouldn't use this for damage. So that's kind of it for this weapon. There's a bait and switch reconstruction, but like I said, wouldn't use this for damage. Control burst, reconstruction, wouldn't use it for damage though. Control burst is going to be really hard to get on this weapon anyway, right? But that's all I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will be doing carries on Sundays again, like I said, after my video is complete. So right now I'm recording this at 11. I still have to edit it, so I say I should start around 12-ish, but once my video is complete, I'll start streaming for you guys. And if you want to join the Discord, sub up and type in my chat. I'm going to be live on YouTube and Twitch, so let me know. But besides that, you guys have a great day and peace out.